Plaintiff Brandon Devine is suing the defendants for pain and suffering due to battery. Brandon says the defendant intentionally ran him over with his car when the defendant was just 14 years old. Defendants Michael and Brandon Plunk are countersuing for restitution and harassment because they say Brandon chased the defendant and punched his car.
Brandon Devine is suing Michael Plunk and Brandon Plunk for pain and suffering due to a battery, and they are countersuing the plaintiff for unpaid restitution as well as harassment. All right, Brandon, why are you here today?
I'm from a small town in Kansas, and I admit I've been in some trouble as a teenager, but since then I've learned from my mistakes.
How old are you now?
I'm 20 years old.
Okay. Because
of my past, the police don't really take me seriously. I was treated as a criminal, not as a victim.
Were you a victim?
Yes, ma'am.
Of whom?
Of Brandon Plunk.
No. Okay. All right, go ahead. How?
Okay. On the evening of December 17th, 2006, approximately 2 a.m., I received a phone call from a friend of mine stating that he was about to be jumped in a fight and asked if I'd come and have his back. Me and 4 other people got in my car and drove to the corner of 3rd and Ohio in El Dorado, Kansas. I have a map if you'd like to see it.
All right, good. All right, so your friend calls you at 2 in the morning.
When we arrived at the residence, we waited about 10 or 15 minutes, and in that time, I learned that it wasn't my friend who was going to be jumped, but another individual.
All right, let me ask you a question. What is circled here? Is this
the intersection of 3rd and Ohio?
All right, so it turns out it's not your friend who's going to be jumped, it's his friend.
Yes, ma'am. 2 cars and a truck pulled up. One of the cars pulled up in front of the house. It contained some teenage ladies. They got out.
Teenage ladies?
Yeah, some young women. They got out and started talking to my friends. The truck, which I later learned was driven by a Mr. Brandon Plunk, 14-year-old, at 2:30 in the morning. And
Is that you, Brandon?
Yes.
So you were 14?
Yeah.
You're driving a truck at 2 in the morning?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I shouldn't have been driving, but...
Shouldn't have been driving?
No.
You shouldn't have been out at 2 in the morning.
He was supposed to be spending the night over at a friend's house.
Why do you have a truck? You're 14 years old.
I owned a truck when I was 14 years old.
Who buys you a truck?
I paid for it myself.
Whose name was the truck in?
And mine and my dad's.
Yep.
Tell me, he's not...
Well, he had his learner's permit, and he was supposed to be...
How do you have a learner's permit at 14?
In
the
Kansas.
state of Kansas, you can get your learner's permit when you're 14 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to be driving with someone 18. I was driving with an 18-year-old in my car.
But he should have been out at that time in the morning, I agree.
Why do you even let him out of the house with keys to a truck?
Well, because I do some substitute teaching and everything, and he has keys.
You're a teacher, no less?
Substitute teacher.
Well, that's a teacher.
Yeah. But, he has carried his keys so that he would be able to get in the house when I'm not home. So that's why.
Take the car keys off the house key.
Yeah.
All right, so bring me up to date. What happens?
Truck and 2 cars pulled up. The car with the females in it. The truck driven by Mr. Plunk. I've later received that he may have been drunk and under the influence of methamphetamines from one of his friends, but I was not able to get a statement from that.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. The girls got out of the car and said, "Oh, we can't fight you." We knew them. Mm-hmm. I was walking in the street with my hands up saying, "We're not going to fight. It's not going to fight. We're cool." And when I was 10, 15 feet in front of the truck, it backed up very, very slowly for about 2 feet and then just floored. Came straight at me. I didn't have enough room to jump left or right, and I certainly didn't want to go underneath the truck, a chance of getting hit by the tires. So what I did was I jumped up. My legs hit the grill, caused a dent, and I rolled onto the hood and off of the top driver's side corner of the windshield, doing a couple complete flips in the air before crashing onto the pavement next to a speeding truck. Then the second car...
Let me ask you, Brandon, were you holding anything in your hand when you were doing this?
No, ma'am, my hands were empty.
Was he holding anything in his hand?
No, but...
Okay, go ahead. I'll get to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Would you like to see the photos of the truck?
Yes, I would. Let me ask you this. You said right off the bat that the police don't listen to you. Give me an idea of what you've done.
Traffic tickets, misdemeanor battery, misdemeanor criminal restraint.
And you only have misdemeanor convictions?
Yes, I am a juvenile justificated offender, is actually.
You're a JO?
Yes, ma'am.
Juvenile offender?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
I stole a purse.
Robbery?
No. Yeah. Yes, Robert, I'm sorry. My buddy put me up to it, said, I kind of dare you to do it.
What do you want to do with your life?
I leave January 1st to go to Massage Therapy Institute in Tempe, Arizona.
Why don't you join the armed services?
Not much of a fighter.
You're not much of a fighter?
I know.
Unlawful restraint, battery, assault? Are you out of your mind or you think I'm stupid?
No, ma'am. No,
Which?
Ma'am. I must be out of my mind. I've wanted to be a massage therapist since.
Okay, that's fine. So now you're presenting yourself to me as a victim.
Yes, ma'am. And actually, when I arrived at the hospital, they dispatched an officer to come talk to me. And the first words out of this officer's mouth was, if I find out you had anything to do with this, I'm taking you down. I'm laying in a hospital bed with a road rash and my hip is messed up.
Here you are, you're a criminal, you're a criminal, you're a criminal. All of a sudden you're a victim. It's not a good place to be. All right, now let's hear your version.
Well, Brandon is, he looks nice in his suit and everything. He looks pretty presentable, but that's how he always comes to court and try to show off.
Oh, he learned something.
On his MySpace page, I found several pictures of him with his gun and his bandana around his face and stuff, which...
I was 15 years old and that's a BB gun.
That was last year.
Oh, come on, Brandon. That's a BB gun?
Yes, ma'am. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Do you think this impresses people, Brandon?
No, ma'am.
That's a BB gun?
Yes, ma'am.
If we were to go to your MySpace page, would this be on it again?
No, ma'am. He soon after deleted it after El Dorado Police Department got a hold of that.
Dumb. All right, let me ask you a question, Michael. Does your son do drugs?
He did it one time, yes. Yeah, he's been through treatment. I put him in a treatment facility and...
I did marijuana.
So why would your dad put you in treatment?
Because my dad felt there was no other way to cure it. I don't know. He wanted me to just quit using marijuana.
You still smoking?
No.
And it's not been easy, but it's been a work in progress.
Michael, let me share something with you. It hasn't been easy. Don't give the kid the keys to a truck.
All right.
So we can drive around in the middle of the night at the age of 14. Are you out of your mind? This is just beyond the pale. That's why kids like this end up hitting kids like that. I'm not saying who's good or who's bad. This could have been so much worse. He could have lost his legs.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What are you thinking when you back up the car?
When I pull up, I look back, there's twice as many people as I have with me ready to fight. They were not trying to stop the fight. Brandon Devine was sitting down the street like, come on.
I don't need any more. You kids deserve each other, but go ahead.
Your Honor, he states that he barely bumped me, but in this police statement,
let me see your medical records.
He's doing approximately 15 miles an hour. In his police statement, he states there were 4 people on the road. He later states there were 14.
That's part of the reason why I'm suing for harassment, is because he damaged my car.
He damaged your car?
He punched the car.
He punched my car.
You punched your car? Did you punch his car, Brandon?
No, I did not punch it.
Did you tap it?
I hit the brake light.
With what?
No.
Back of my hand, open-handed.
Did you break it?
No, he hit the side of my car.
Where's
the damages? Did you get an order for restitution?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's see it.
Actual damages were $750.
Did he pay it?
Yes, I did.
$100 of
He's paid $100 so far and we settled for $400.
So how much does he owe you on that?
$300.
Do you admit that you hit the car and you owe him $300, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, $300. This case is a lot more complicated than most. And the issue is whether or not the defendants are liable for pain and suffering for the injury that Brandon Devine says he got on the night when he showed up at 3rd in Ohio to get into a fight to protect someone else. It's about seeing firsthand what it's like to be a victim. It's about seeing what it's like to not be believed because of your history and knowing how tough it is. All right. My verdict right now is for the plaintiff in the amount of the medical damages, and you have damages for $400 and some, but I'm also going to give you damages for pain and suffering, and I'm going to give you $5,000. This is a court of equity. This is a court of fairness. And as far as I'm concerned, your lack of having an instrument in any way and his outrageous conduct in having a vehicle at 2 a.m. and backing it up and hitting you with his car is reason enough for you to get $5,000. But never forget that from this point forward, you have a criminal record. The burden is on you to prove to everyone that you meet that you really aren't a criminal and that you're worth being believed. And shame on you as a school teacher for letting this kid be out of control. You are responsible for that too. Verdict for the plaintiff. So ordered.